Class 4th. Today we will study page number 94 of your English MCB book, chapter number 11, Chuck and Jack's Train Journey. It's your book, Collins English Reader. Okay. They saw plenty of things on the way. The only pity was that a storm was raging outside and the windows were often covered with snow. So they saw plenty of things on the way, and the only pity, pity when here an unfortunate situation was that the storm was raging. Raging means continuing violently outside, and the windows were often covered with snow. At last, one morning, their train rolled into a little station. No sooner had mother sat Chuck and Jack on the platform and taken their luggage from the army man than the train pulled out. So one morning, the train rolled into a little station, and the mother set Chuck and Jack on the platform and taken their luggage from the army man, and the train pulled out. Means it moved away. So now about the author, Arkady Gadar was a Russian Soviet writer. You can see here he was born on 1904 and he died in 1941. So small age span, and in that age, in such a short period, he got so much. Uh, he gave knowledge, and he paid whatever he has got from his knowledge. And a Red Army commander. So he was a Red Army commander also. So in such a short life, he gave us a lot amount of things. His stories were very popular among Soviet children, and some of his notable works are Chuck and Jack, Timur and his gang, and the Blue Cap. So here you can see the Red Army was the military force of Soviet Russia. They fought in World War First and Second, and many women were part of the army during the Second War. So now coming to the exercise, Chuck and Jack could not see anything because it was night time when they started. The porter scolded Jack for making noise when people were sleeping. The army man had given Chuck a pencil. Chuck went around the train making friends. The army men who stood beside the train were happy and laughing. So now completing the crossword, this is mountain. Mountain. This blanket, this factory, this thirsty, and this is corridor, and this is river, and this is station. Okay, now look at these phrasal verbs and with get match them with the meaning. Okay, get through means pass an examination. Get across means to make someone understand something. Get along with, be friendly with someone. And get into means succeed in finishing a task. These are very important from your English grammar point of view, because you must know the phrasal verb and the meanings. Now fill in the blanks with the above phrasal verbs. You may have to change the verb form also. The two class monitors got along with each other quite well. So get along with means be friendly. Here the two class monitors are friendly, so got along with is correct. Now she is very good at getting her ideas across to others. The thief got away even though the police chased him across the town. Although she was unwell, she got through the entrance exam. Don't get into a fight even if you are angry. So here you see she is very good at getting her ideas across to others. See here, get across means to make someone understand. Here meaning is clear. The thief got away. Got away, you see, means escape. Okay, here it thief escaped. Although she was unwell, she got through. Got through means pass any examination. Here examination is there. Don't get into fight. Get into means succeed in finishing a task. So now we will be studying. Chuck was nibbling an apple while mother and the army man with the mustache were standing at the open door laughing over Jack's night adventures. So the verb was nibbling and were standing are in the past continuous tense. So the past continuous tense tells us about an action that continued in the past for some time. Now fill in the blanks with the past continuous tense of the given verb. Saket was having dinner when his mother returned from work. In past continuous, was oblique where? What is the form? Was oblique where? Plus verb ing form. So was having. Rachna was painting all day yesterday. Sheena was playing the piano when she heard a knock on the door. We were walking. With walk it becomes walking. Home when it started drizzling. Last Sunday while I was waiting for my bus, I met my cousin. The peacock was dancing happily in the rain. Now coming to apostrophe. What is an apostrophe? An apostrophe is used to show that someone or something belongs or relates to someone or something else. So we add an apostrophe s at the end of singular verb or personal names. For example, train's wheel, Jack's night adventures. So train is singular word and Jack is personal name. So we add apostrophe s at the end. We add an apostrophe s at the end of plurals that do not end in s. For example, children is plural. So we add apostrophe s because here no s is there at the last. Man is also plural, but in the last of man n is there, not s is there. So we add apostrophe s. So man's mittens, mittens you know, socks. Now we can add an apostrophe or an apostrophe s with names that already end in s. So if the word has already s in the last, so what we do, we add only apostrophe, or we can add apostrophe s also. So here see James apostrophe, James lantern, John's cottage. Because s is there, only apostrophe or to add. We use only apostrophe with plurals that already end in s. So brothers toys. So already s is there. So we use apostrophe with plurals. The soldiers' coats. It's plural, no? That's why. We can't find our dog's collar. This is wrong. Because the collar is of whom? Dogs. The boys' clothes are in the cupboard. The Charles house is close to mine. My mother was looking at women's handbags. My grandparents' cottage is next to the beach. It is not Radha's. Apostrophe s. Mistake. Okay. So this was your lesson.